Coked up vocals trying to pass as passion blare out of revolving doors that don't quite revolve how they used to, but we used to struggle and relief, cheek to cheek, check to check, grit and grind south of downtown Memphis keeps my soul jumping like tambourines on a Sunday morning, where the doors of the church are always open, where you can still see family tree stumps outside of where my dear used to stay. And since she's passed away, no one comes over to take care of home's house. In fact, they cut down half her yard 6 months after cutting half her arm that included her green thumb that she used to snap with. On her Frankie Beverly and Mays tip, her hips moving to earth, fire and wind, 1 arm, 6 grandbabies, and 2 good ears. Still, she danced to the classic sounds of Stax music. Museums hold memories from carports left empty. Girl, don't park in my driveway. Park on the street. If there's no room, you can park on the grass. Potholes keep roads rocky, but we drive slow, hoping to never hit the ground too hard. Organ pianos blend perfectly with the 808s of Project Pat and 3-6 Mafia. We eat crabs out of buckets. We survival of the fittest. We work out rent payments doing workouts on the poles. Our sons run their neighborhoods just to keep their endurance up. So on the weekends, we park on the grass. We take selfies by the old tree stumps. We stroll down memory lane until we meet our great aunts and second cousins at the cross sections. We try holding on to our last few dollars like old juke joints playing Johnny Taylor. My mama raised me in Memphis, Tennessee. So you know my soul has always, always grooved. That's that piece. Was that all right? Say that was all right. I'm going to do one more and I'm going to get out your way. See, Zion, I do poetry. I just be at work, y'all. This poem is called If God Gave. If God gave everything light, and light was food to grow, and water was air to breathe, you'll need both. To keep from drowning out, you'll need to stay hydrated. The irony in needing too much and you will drown. Drink plenty of water anyway. You'd rather be safe than sorry, because thirst can be tricky. You know, long before you were thought of, considered rather. Many, many wombs ago, God knew that you'd be you, and that makes you special, or at least considered. Rather, good enough for man is neither here nor there. You were created on purpose, or rather by design. Either way, you were considered. Because in the beginning, there was nothing until God made it something, gave it word, then light, day out of night. Water came later, after validation, but before shame, to fill you up and cleanse you off all at once. A reminder that God did not create evil, rather the parameters for good, and you were considered. Life as a balancing act could feel uncertain, wobbly some days. That's why we drink water, to rid ourselves of our own thirst. A loose court is the devil's playground. Don't get caught up, work it out. The only wars worth fighting are those we wage against ourselves. When? You. Considering how God gave everything life, and light is food to grow, and water is air to breathe, you have both. Look deeper. The irony in needing something that you already possess. Remember, if it does not drown you, it cannot kill you. So drink plenty of water. Be safe. Never sorry, because thirst can be tricky. Thank you.
Good evening. All right. My name is Ashley Carithers. I am a doctoral student at the former Memphis Theological Seminary, now Perkins School of Theology. I am honored to partner with Soulsville Neighborhood Development District to bring events like this to our community. My doctoral studies focus on community justice and social witness. At the heart of that work is civic engagement, the responsibility we all share to help make our neighborhoods, our cities, and our communities the best they can be. One of the most effective ways we do that is by staying informed, asking questions, and exercising our right to vote. This is why events like this are so important. A Meet the Candidate Forum gives residents the opportunity to engage directly with the people seeking to serve our community. It creates space for meaningful conversations, thoughtful questions, and informed decision-making. As a young voter, I remember wanting to participate in the democratic process, but often feeling like I didn't know enough about the candidates. I had to spend hours researching on my own. While that research is still important, events like this make the process more accessible by allowing us to hear directly from the candidates, learn about their priorities, and better understand their vision for our community. As a predominantly African-American city, our participation in elections carries profound significance. Throughout our nation's history, many barriers from discriminatory voting practices to gerrymandering and redlining have affected our communities. Yet generations before us fought tirelessly to protect and expand the right to vote. Because of their sacrifice, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to make our voices heard and help shape the future of our community. Today, we have the opportunity to elect local leaders who make decisions that directly impact our daily lives, including school board members, judges, clerks, commissioners, sheriffs, and our mayor. These are the leaders who influence our schools, our neighborhoods, our public safety, and the services our family rely on every day. So I encourage each of you to take advantage of this opportunity. Listen carefully, ask thoughtful questions, research the candidates, and make informed decisions about who you believe will best serve Memphis and Shelby County. And let tonight be the beginning, not the end, of your civic engagement. Stay informed, stay involved, and remember that our democracy depends on an engaged community. We're also having municipal, state, and federal elections coming up on November 3rd. So continue showing up, staying informed, and participating in every election. Thank you all for being here this evening, and I would like to introduce Dr. Christy Woodbury Moore.
Hello, I bring you greetings from the Metropolitan Baptist Church, where I serve as the First Lady and my husband serves as Senior Pastor. I'm just going to speak with you just a few moments on why our vote matters. A week or so ago, I was driving to work, listening to the radio as I always do. A song started to play by Yellow Pain, which is his stage name. He's a young rapper from Dayton, Ohio. The song was entitled, "My Vote Don't Count." It was released in early 2020 ahead of the 2020 US elections. Yellow Pain breaks down basic civics, explaining the branches of government, local elections, and why local legislation impacts daily life much more than people realize. He conducted a crash course in civic education through his music. So let me tell you a little bit about his story. He says it started when his cousin was running for Congress. She asked him to make a song about voting, and he turned it down. He said he was like everybody else. He didn't believe his vote mattered. He participated in the system. He voted for Obama, and nothing happened in his life. His cousin asked him, "What are some things you want to see change?" He started to name some things he wanted to see change, and his cousin said that everything he wanted to see change was connected to a person. His cousin started to tell him who these people were. They were members of Congress, the school board members, city judges. They were not the federal government. A lot of these people looked like him, and some of them were even young like him, and they all were of different races. And so his song, "My Vote Don't Count," turned into "My Vote Will Count," after going around and seeing the different people in government. It was after seeing how certain bills can benefit or hurt people just by people voting or not voting. Many of us here today can admit that we too have voted in the past but saw no change. We may have even thought that the presidential election is the only one that really counts. However, what we are seeing now in our state, city, and counties is that the local government makes the most impact on the county and the city. The local government is deeply important for African Americans because it directly controls our daily living conditions, economic stability, and civil rights enforcement. It covers key areas like police accountability, public sector jobs, and resource distribution. To make it plain, local government determines the city and county on whether or not we're going to build parks, fix roads, I heard us talking about potholes earlier, and place public health facilities in our community. The local government controls land use and property development. We, the citizens, are responsible for electing people that have our interest as a priority. The last thing I will say is this, and this is about our struggle as Black people to gain the right to vote. Our people were beaten, they were hosed, bitten by dogs to suppress our vote. We were giving voting tests that we could not pass. How many marbles are in this jar? How many pennies are in that jar? For us, to leave our home to vote could mean that we never go back home again. Our people gave their lives that we may exercise our right to vote. Let us not forget the price they paid for the privileges that we enjoy. And also, let us not forget that there are systems in place right now working overtime to reverse that right. Thank you.
Bless you. I'm Reverend Dr. Memphis TN, Metropolitan Church, and I want to thank Brother James Carter, who's the organizer, showing some love. I'm going to minister to the Lord, Amazing Grace, the remix. It's got a little kick to it, all right? All right. By the way, please feel free to sing along, clap your hands, tap your toes, whatever you do. Amen.
I've just been instructed that we are now going to proceed downstairs to the gym where we will interact with all of the guests who have come to be with us. If you can take the elevator, or you can take the stairs and go down the long hallway. Oh, sure. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Moore, for coming in here.
Good evening, everyone. I thought it fitting to be able to take this opportunity to greet you all and welcome you to the Metropolitan Baptist Church, where we believe that extra effort wins. I'm the senior pastor here, Reverend Dr. Michael L.W. Moore. You had the privilege of hearing my better half, Reverend Dr. Christy Moore. I'm so glad that all of you can make time out of your evening to be here with us as we've been able to open our doors and to work with several of our partners to put this on. While we're not at the forefront at this moment, we're glad to be partnering with you. And so I believe that there was a request for those who are here, the guests who are here, to just introduce themselves, their name, what position they're running for, and then what we'll do is we'll go downstairs and create an opportunity to be able to interact very intentionally with one another so that we can be able to get more acquainted. I think that that is important, as I believe we're streaming this moment, so that those who are watching are able to kind of get more familiar. Please, 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 as you introduce yourself, just let us know your name. Amen. Let us know also what position you're running for, and then we'll be able to get a little bit more deeper into your platform as we interact and commingle as well. Okay? Thank you. For all of those who are running for elected positions or here as guests, please stand, or if you feel free, you'd like to come forth and introduce yourself, you can do so from the front. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. My name is Carrie Ann Yakamini, and I am running for the U.S. House of Representatives, District 5.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Magistrate Shayla Purifoy. I am running for Judge of General Sessions Civil Court Division 2. You can find more information at voteshayla.com. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm John DeBerry Jr., and I'm running for county mayor. And I appreciate coming into this historic building today. There's a lot of history here today. I remember when I first ran in 1994 and won and was elected in 95, coming here and meeting the fine minister at that particular time. And I am very appreciative for the opportunity to be before you today. And I hope whatever questions you might have about my candidacy, that I can answer them to your satisfaction.
Good evening, Saints. I am Dr. LaSonia Hall. I am running to be your Shelby County Clerk, and I am the most public-facing servant, serving you on your car tags, your title transfers, and your business license. Looking forward to talking to each of you downstairs.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Will Richardson. I serve as the current vice chair of the Democratic Party, and I'm also running for County Commission District 8. Look forward to talking to you.
Good evening. I am Magistrate Serena Gray, and I am your candidate for General Sessions Criminal Court Division 7 Judge. And I look forward to telling you more about A New Way with Serena Gray.
First of all, I want to say thank you to each of you who made your way out to be here tonight. It is we thank you for making your way here, especially with the heat that is really intense. Amen, somebody. Just a couple of housekeeping things. I've been asked for those of you who have not done so to scan the QR code and just register. We're trying to capture some data some of our partners are trying to capture some data in terms of the attendance and engagement here, just to make sure that we can measure our effectiveness in the work. And so what they're doing there. Also, last piece, if you have lost a debit card, I have a debit card in my hand. That's yours? It doesn't have your name on it. I don't know. Unless you recently completed some paperwork. Amen. No, but if you've lost a debit card, I do have it. I'll make sure it's securely put away so that and I'll try to verify your name before I release it to you. But the reason why we're moving to the fellowship area, we try to keep our sanctuary just set apart for our worship purposes, and we want to be able to give us an opportunity to be able to gather in a less formal space to be able to interact with one another. So thank you for joining us in this sacred space. And now we'll kind of depart so that we will be able to more intentionally network, connect, and find out more about one another. Thank you so much. Whoever's in charge, I don't know. I'm good? Amen. All right. Let us all stand at this time. There you go, my brother. Thank you, man. All right.